My name's Mandy, and I just want to say we missed you, Blake.
Oh, hello.
So you guys are the 8th graders. This is your last year here. This is your last night here on this trip. We just want to talk about the special moments of what made this trip really great. So some of you guys started talking about the homeless church. Jeffrey, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, what I liked most about the homeless church is you can bond with just completely random strangers. And at first they seem like not the best to be around, but sometimes if you really get to know them, they're like one of the coolest people and you always remember them from every trip. What we did is we had scarves, hats, ponchos, and socks. And what we did is we handed them out to the people in line for food. And when we did that, we asked if there was anything that we could pray about. But most of them did not answer, but if some of them did, it was mainly drug or alcohol. And it's really hard praying about that because other people probably have in the past and that hasn't affected them at all. But I feel like when we do it, there's a chance that it'll actually overcome it.
Cool. Ashley, you talked about some relationships of people you met last year and this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's really cool because every time you go back, like the preacher and the people that play the violins and guitars and sing, they always remember us. So that's like a bond you can always look forward to. And then last year with Crystal, she was just amazing. She was like a bright light. She walked into the room and was shaking our hand and saying hi. And I was really looking for someone like that this year, but I couldn't really bond to anyone. So I just sat there and I prayed with some lady that was praying for freedom of her alcohol addiction. And I helped serve food, and we sang, and we praised, and we danced, and it was just, going to the homeless church was overall amazing, and a changing experience.
Cool. We've talked a lot about the SROs and the bags of love. Jonah, can you explain to us what that is?
Bag of love is simply a sack lunch, sandwich, and a few other items. We went to, I wouldn't call them quite hotels. These little tiny rooms that are like 10 by 10 feet, and these people that are living in them. And we, asked them if they'd like lunch and if we could pray for them.
Cool. And you guys knocked on the door and asked them personally if you can pray for them. Grace, how was that the first time last year when you knocked on that very first door? What were you thinking?
It was really nerve-wracking. Last year I decided that I wasn't going to pray with anyone personally, but then when I did, I felt so close to God and it was awesome.
So how was that different from this year? Your first door, you guys, for each of you, what was it like going to that first door this year?
This year I was more confident and I was going with a group of people who hadn't been before. So I kind of had to start it, but then once everyone got comfortable, we all just prayed and it was good.
Well, the first time going to the door, you never know what you're going to see. You might see a big buff guy that you think is going to attack you, but then he's like, hey guys, let's dance or something. And he's always there's always someone that can surprise you, and they'll be like, you'll knock on the door, who's there, go away, and then we'll be like, bags of love, and they'll be like, hey guys, food, and they'll just it's just it's something they can look forward to.
Yeah, my first year, I thought people were going to get mad at me because I was never really good at praying, and well, this year, I was just completely fine with it, and I had fun praying for people.
Cool. So, Gabby, you mentioned that your favorite thing of this trip is just memories. So, what do you mean by that?
Well, I've gotten a lot of memories over 3 years of coming here, and being able to meet all these people and remembering them, which is one thing I don't really do, and becoming friends with all these people and sharing memories, when Jeffrey puked in the treehouse.
Or said, where's the toast in the bread aisle? That's always a good one.
And when Blake hid in the water basket.
Or when Bonnie hid under the stage and she wasn't supposed to.
And I hid in a wall.
She hid in a window.
She hid in a wall with open wires and in a window.
I
yeah, with
checked
spiders.
for open
And
wires.
spiders.
There were no open wires. I checked.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hey, if you guys had one thing to say to people that are going to go or are thinking about going on this trip next year, what would you say?
Get your butts on the list
It's
now.
a bit expensive, but God will help you get the money, and it's a really good experience.
It's great.
It's worth it.
It's great.
It's
You're
worth
That's what I
not
gotta say.
You're not gonna regret going at all.
Hey, thanks for letting us have your students for the weekend. It was a blast hanging out with them. We can't thank you enough. We had so much fun. You guys got anything else to say?
If any other parents want to volunteer to chaperone, I encourage you to do so. It is awesome.
Who knows?
And don't forget, February 3rd, our reunion lunch.
At 12:30.
in the youth's sanctuary.
That's after second service.
They're out in time to see the Super Bowl.
Go
Go
Niners!
Niners.
Woo! They won today. It's been
Today.
crazy. Hey, thanks again. It's been a blast. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And
And don't be late to pick up your kids.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Please.
Tomorrow night.
I
Don't be
need to
late.
sleep.
Good
Don't
night.
be late tomorrow. No, don't be late tomorrow